Good morning, everyone. I am Charmin Okiawan. Today, I am going to discuss about my topic, the process of reproduction that includes ovulation, fertilization, puberty, and pregnancy.
These are the key definitions. Reproduction is the process by which living organisms create new individuals. In humans, reproduction is a complex process involving the interaction of the male and female reproductive systems. Reproduction is the biological process where living organisms produce offspring. In humans, reproduction involves the coordinated functioning of the male and female reproductive systems to create a new life. Ovulation, the process when a mature ovum is released from the ovary and travels to the fallopian tube for possible fertilization. When the egg cell is ready, the bubble bursts open and the egg cell is released. The egg cell travels through a tube called the fallopian tube. The egg waits in the fallopian tube for a sperm cell to come along. Fertilization, union of the sperm and the ovum. The male contributes a sperm cell, the female contributes an egg cell. When a sperm cell successfully penetrates and fuses with an egg cell, that is called fertilization. Pregnancy, the process when an offspring develops within the mother's womb. Pregnancy is when a baby grows and develops inside the mother's uterus, from conception until birth. Although human beings are fully sexually differentiated at birth, the differences between males and females are accentuated at puberty. Female puberty usually begins at about 8 to 13 years of age. The reproduction maturation of boys lags about 2 years behind that of girls. The physical changes of female puberty include breast development, rounding of the hips and buttocks, growth of the hair in the pubic region and the underarm, and the start of menstruation. Sa pag-anak na, boys and girls are already physically different, but during puberty, boys' bodies change even more. This starts with their testicles growing, which increases testosterone. This hormone causes changes like dali ra mutaga sa mga laki, magdagko na ilang muscle, ang ilang tingog is ulitaw na, nanay mutubo adam sa apple sa tilaok dapit, naadayon pubic hair sa pubic region and the underarm. Girls usually start puberty between ages 8 to 13. During this time, their bodies change in several ways. Magdagko na ilang tutoy apil ilang hips and buttocks. Nanasay pubic hair mutubo sa ilok and sa pubic region ug dug-on na pod ang mga bai. These changes help girls become women. Boys' bodies change about 2 years later than girls. How does one ovulate? The major landmark of puberty among females is the onset of the menstrual cycle, the monthly ovulation cycle that leads to menstruation, loss of blood and tissues lining the uterus, in the absence of pregnancy. The menstrual cycle is from the first day of a period until the day before the next period starts. So ovulation is when a woman's body releases an egg from the ovaries, happening during the menstrual cycle, a monthly process. The cycle starts with the body preparing the uterus for a possible pregnancy. If pregnancy doesn't happen, the uterus sheds its lining, magkos din na siya og bleeding or menstruation. Then the cycle repeats and the body releases an egg again. The cycle usually lasts around 28 days from the first day of one period to the day before the next period. Normally, it lasts around 28 days on the average but can be short as 21 or as long as 40. Whatever the length, ovulation will happen about 10 to 16 days before the start of the next period. A woman's menstrual cycle usually lasts around 28 days but can vary from 21 to 40 days. No matter how long it is, ovulation when the egg is released typically happens 10 to 16 days before the next period starts. How does pregnancy occur? For pregnancy to start, the sperm needs to meet up with an egg. Pregnancy officially starts when a fertilized egg implants in lining of the uterus. Pregnancy happens 2 to 3 weeks after sexual intercourse. For pregnancy to happen, a sperm must meet an fertilized egg. Pregnancy officially begins when the fertilized egg attaches to the uterus lining. This usually occurs 2 to 3 weeks after sex. Conception is the process that begins with fertilization of an egg by the sperm and ends with implantation. When a male and female have a sexual intercourse, the penis fits into the woman's vagina. Conception is when a sperm fertilizes an egg and the egg attaches to the uterus. This process starts when a man and woman who have sex, and the man's penis goes into the woman's vagina. Finally, the sperm penetrates the egg in the fallopian tube where fertilization takes place and eventually becomes an embryo. Once the embryo fertilized egg attaches to the inner lining of the uterus, a fetus develops within 5 to 7 days from a ball of cells floating in the uterus, which officially begins pregnancy. A sperm meets the egg in the fallopian tube and fertilizes it. The fertilized egg, now called an embryo, travels to the uterus and attaches itself. Within 5 to 7 days, the embryo grows into a fetus and pregnancy officially begins. A normal pregnancy lasts 37 to 42 weeks, 9 months. This is measured from the first day of the last period. Pregnancy is discussed in terms of trimester, 3 months period, since each trimester is very different from the rest. After 8 weeks, the embryo is officially referred to as a fetus. So a normal pregnancy lasts around 9 months. So it's counted from the first day of the woman's last period. Pregnancy is divided into 3 parts called trimesters, each lasting about 3 months. After 8 weeks, the growing baby is called a fetus. The stages of pregnancy. First trimester. Conception, implantation, and early fetal development marked by morning sickness and fatigue. So in the first trimester, weeks 1 to 13, rapid growth and development. The fertilized egg is now a zygote, rapidly divides and differentiates, forming the foundation of the baby's body. Major organs begins to develop. By week 12, the baby's heart, brain, and limbs are formed and is starting to move. The common symptoms are magsuka-suka, hilantan, maglain ang ginhawa, ang lawas, magsali-ihi, and mood swings. Second trimester, fetal growth, organ development, and increased energy levels with noticeable belly growth. So in the second trimester, weeks 14 to 27, continued growth and development. The baby continues to grow and develop, gaining weight and becoming more active. The mother can often feel the baby move around. Third trimester, final fetal maturation, weight gain, and preparation for delivery with frequent doctor visits and anticipation of labor. So in the third trimester, weeks 28 to 40, preparing for birth. The baby continues to grow, gaining weight and developing its lungs and immune system. The mother's body prepares for labor and delivery. The uterus expands and the baby's head descends into the pelvis. That could be my topic covers. The following topics will be discussed by the following reporter. That could be all. Thank you.